Hello everyone. The schedule for this week is your oral anatomy, as it has been told earlier also. Basically, what I am planning is oral anatomy is the part which you will be giving 80% of to your day while studying, and 10% part of your day you will give to the revision of the previous subjects that we have done, that is oral histology, and 10% rest part of the day you will give to your dental materials and orthodontics that we have covered last month. So this way you are going to cover up your 4 to 5 subjects, and this way you will be able to revise earlier subjects also. So for oral anatomy, the book that you have to follow is Wheeler's, and if anyone wants, I can give the book also. And another part that you should be knowing is theory. Your theory should be, your concepts should be clear for oral anatomy, and some of the values you should be knowing that will help you in solving the questions. 6th of July, we will be dealing with your deciduous dentition, and your deciduous dentition will cover various aspects like you have covered deciduous dentition earlier in your pedo also and ortho also. So leeway space of Nance and all that part is done already. So you will come to know about what is the largest mesiodistal diameter which tooth is having, largest buccolingual diameter which tooth is having, which tooth is resembling your permanent tooth, which tooth is not resembling your permanent tooth, which is an exception, which pulp hone is highest, which cusp is highest. So all this you would be knowing. What is the direction of your enamel rods, in which direction they are in deciduous, in which direction they are in permanent, how much cusps are there. So all these things you will be knowing in your deciduous teeth. When is the root formation started, when is the calcification started, when is the resorption started, and all this part. Next comes your permanent dentition, in which you will be dealing with all the 32 teeth, that which tooth has which characteristic, what is the angulation of your incisors, and which is the longest tooth in the oral cavity, and what is the access opening for your maxillary molars, which is cervical cross section for your maxillary molars, what is your for the mandibular molars, what is the proximal aspect of your posterior teeth, mesiodistal width, height of the maxillary crown, and what are the shape of the occlusal surfaces of the different teeth, and which is the shortest tooth in the mandibular arc, which is the longest tooth in the maxillary arc. So these type of questions you will be getting, that longest tooth in the oral cavity, which one is it, longest in the maxillary arc, which one is it, longest in the mandibular arc, which one is it. So you will be knowing, and separate features for your maxillary teeth, a maxillary lateral incisor, that it is characterized by your palatogingival groove, mandibular first molar, mesiolingual developmental groove, maxillary first premolar, mesial marginal developmental groove. So these individual characteristic feature of the different tooth, what is oblique ridge, and from which cusp to which cusp is your oblique ridge, and where are you going to find out your bifurcated roots, that is your premolars, canines, incisors, what is cusp of carabelli, in which tooth is cusp of carabelli found, in your permanent dentition, in your deciduous dentition, what is mesial marginal developmental groove, and at what is the angulation of your first premolar, which is enzyma to the endodontist, covered in endo also, and how much lobes are there for your teeth. Many questions are formed that your permanent incisors, canines, and premolars with the 4 lobes, and your mandibular second premolar with the 5 lobes, which are there with the 5 lobes, 1 lobe, 2 lobe, 3 lobe, which of the following is a corner tooth, which of the following is a cornerstone. You will be getting to know what is transverse ridge, in which teeth is transverse ridge found, and what is the cervical cross section of your different teeth, that is your maxillary first premolar, second premolar, first molar, and all that part, how many grooves and fossa are present in which kind of teeth. So you will be covering all these things, how much point angles are there, how much sharp angles are there, line angles are there in your anterior teeth, in your posterior teeth. So all this will be covering, and your mesiodistal diameter of your canine, length of the crown of the canine. So it is a bigger topic, permanent dentition. So since 6th of July is a smaller topic, that's why we kept on 7th of the July a bigger topic, so that both the topics can be covered. So a part of it you will be doing it on 6th also, once you are done with the deciduous part. And next is your calcification and eruption of the teeth. So individual teeth, when they are calcified, when they are erupted, what is the sequence of eruption in your maxillary teeth, what is the sequence of eruption in your mandibular teeth, what is the sequence of eruption in your primary teeth, at which age which tooth is erupted, at which age which tooth is calcified. So all this you will be doing. When is the root completion, when is your initial calcification of your primary teeth starts, that is 4th month in the intrauterine life. When is the last primary tooth to show calcification, that is your second molar, 6th month in the intrauterine life. First evidence of your maxillary permanent central incisor calcification, 4th month. So all these individual teeth, when are they calcified, when is it seen, will be covered in your calcification and eruption of the teeth. So next is your occlusion part and dento-osseous structure and the TMJ. So they are a little bit smaller topics, that's why we are going to cover them in one complete day. In occlusion you will be dealing with the group function, your cross bite, your overjet, and your balancing side, non-working side, what happens when the jaw moves distally, what happens when it moves mesially, which cusp is in which groove, which cusp is touching the central fossa, occlusion, all this you will be getting. What if distal plane, mesial plane, that you have covered in ortho also. And and a very good number of questions related to occlusion in your NBD also, that if the tooth is moving right, if the mandible is moving right, then which tooth is coming in contact with which tooth, what will be the feature of your balancing side, what will be the feature of your working side, and your curve of Spee, curve of monsoon, all this will be covered. And your what are your supporting cusp, what are your non-supporting cusp, what are your guiding cusp. So all these things will be covered in occlusion. And TMJ is another part that you have covered already in your general anatomy, but yeah, here we will be dealing with them also. Again, what are your different ligaments, and what are your different muscles which depress the mandible, which elevate the mandible, which causes retrusion, which causes protrusion, which causes lateral movements, all this. And which kind of movement is in upper compartment of the TMJ, that's your transverse, lower compartment holds your hinge or rotation movement. And what are the different ligaments of your TMJ, like your capsular ligament, temporomandibular ligaments, sphenomandibular ligament, stylomandibular ligament. So these areas will be covered in your dento-osseous structure and TMJ. How is your alveolar disc in the center part, is it avascular, it does not have nerve supply, and it is thickest, what is anterior band, what is posterior band, all this will be covered in this part. And next is your physiological form of tooth and eruption. So tooth eruption, you have seen a part of it in your histology also. But yeah, here we'll be dealing what are the contact areas, many questions on it, covering different aspect of the teeth. We'll be dealing with here, that like central incisor, contact area of the upper teeth, in case of central incisor. So mesially it is incisal 1/3, distally it is junction of incisal and middle 1/3. And your embrasures, what are their purpose, papilla, and all that will be covered. And your curve of Spee, curve of Wilson, curve of monsoon, and these curvatures are you are going to cover in your prostho as well as ortho also. And this will be the third area where you will be discussing them again. So all the curves and all will be covered here. And next will be your 11th of July. I would suggest you to do a little of the synopsis daily, so that you are spared out with your 11th of July. In case you are not done with the synopsis, do it. It will take 3 to 4 hours in a day. So finish with its synopsis, where you will be dealing a lot number of times. Question is asked, what is monodont, which is diphyodont, which is polophyodont, which is heterodont. So any of it can come out, which kind of teeth in which what is the meaning of this and all. Then your sequence of eruption, ankylosis, pleurodont, ecrodont, and this is not covered much in the questions. Your universal system, Zygmundi-Palmer notation, and all that part you should be knowing. And very nicely you should be knowing about the line angles, point angles in different cavities, in different tooth. And deciduous tooth is covered already in the chapters nicely. परमानेंट डेंटिशन में आपको सबका पता होना चाहिए, हर टूथ का फीचर पता होना चाहिए परमानेंट डेंटिशन में. अच्छा, सेंट्रल इंसाइजर में यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दीज 3 पॉइंट्स, लेटरल में दीज 2 पॉइंट्स, कैनाइंस में दीज 3 पॉइंट्स, 4 पॉइंट्स, एंड मैंडिबुलर कैनाइन में दीज पॉइंट्स यू शुड बी नोइंग. नेक्स्ट इज योर फर्स्ट प्रीमोलर, सेकेंड प्रीमोलर, ओब्लिक रिज, कौन सा ज़्यादा ऑप्ट्यूज होता है, कौन से कस्प से कौन से कस्प में होता है, ट्रांसवर्स रिज कहाँ मिलता है. सो यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट all these things for your permanent teeth very well. And just mark those points that you forget. अच्छे से मार्कर लेके मार्क कीजिए. Then your important developmental grooves you should be knowing. And there is a table also for the tetracycline induced discoloration, कब नहीं होना चाहिए, कब होना चाहिए. Curvatures I have covered. And so these are the topics that you should be knowing. Inclination पे बहुत question आता है, that which one of the following has got highest mesiodistal inclination, which tooth has got highest buccal lingual inclination. Yeah, it's not possible to remember the complete table, but you should be knowing highest and lowest of both mesiodistal and buccolingual, something like that sort of. You should be knowing calcification कब होता है, first evidence कब होता है calcification का. So you should be knowing all these things. So here we'll come to your dental oral anatomy. So this way we are proceeding for the oral anatomy, and this is how we'll be covering. I would suggest you to have Wheelers on your side and just look for the theory part. I am there to cover the theory for this complete subject. I'll be reading for you from the book, I'll be teaching you from the book. You have to just sit down and finish up with your MCQs books. And those who have dentist can also do it from dentist, but I won't suggest doing non-clinical part much from the dentist. Pulse is sufficient for your oral anatomy. Those who have can do it. And another is your Rituduggal for DADH part that you can cover for oral anatomy. So just sit down with the Wheelers on your side, Pulse on your side, Rituduggal question bank in your side, and some extra question bank I'll be giving in the group. So we'll be doing like that. And your oral histology that we have covered last week, just give it about 1 hour in a day. Just revise that, whatever you doubt you have. And if you get some other question bank for your oral histology, do that also, because doing more and more number of questions would provide you more and more exposure. And once your exposure is increased, your field is increased, your view is increased, and your memory is increased, and it enhances your ability to give the exam. So do as much MCQs as you can, solve them as much as you can, because it is the time when you can solve a lot number of MCQs. After October or in November or early December, you'll have to revise what you have done. So this is the time when you can do maximum that you want to do. Get maximum out of your day. If you are just bored with the Pulse, just sit down and look for some online videos that I am sending. Go do some tests, do some other books. Keep on doing, because this is the key for cracking the exam, that you have to do the maximum number of work, maximum number of MCQs, maximum number of image based questions. So the key is to do the maximum. So we'll be dealing today in the evening with the deciduous dentition, and I'll be teaching you for that part also. Anyways, we'll continue. See you. Bye.